Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into a really specific headache. It's a problem for anyone building out an AV system, really.
Yeah, it's that classic issue.
How do you get a perfect image everywhere when you have these, brand new 4K displays sitting right next to your perfectly fine older 1080p screens?
And that's our mission for this deep dive. We're looking at the tech that solves this exact compatibility crisis, specifically the Blustream SC11HD-V2.
The 4K to 1080p downscaler.
Exactly. It's the mediator that makes sure everything just works, especially in multi-room setups where all the TVs have different capabilities.
Okay, so let's unpack that. The core mission. We're taking a high-quality 4K video signal, maybe even with HDR, and we're essentially forcing it to play nicely on an older 1080p screen.
Right.
So what are the technical nuts and bolts we need to know about to make sure the picture is actually smooth? That the frame rate doesn't just fall apart?
Well, the goal is just robust, reliable playback.
Mm-hmm.
The scaler itself can handle a serious input signal, 4K UHD video, so 3840 by 2160.
Oh.
But what's really critical is how it deals with high motion stuff. So when it downscales content that's running at, say, 50 or 60 hertz, it uses a specific color structure. It's called 4.2.0.
And it's a bandwidth trick.
But it's a crucial bandwidth trick. It lets it maintain that 60 frames per second speed, which means you get smooth playback on the older screen without, overwhelming the whole connection.
So the pixels are sorted, but that's just the first hurdle. The next big one is control and digital rights. We're talking HDCP 2.2 and advanced ED management.
Oh, yeah.
Why is that ED protocol? Why is it the absolute gatekeeper here?
Because every installer has wasted hours, just hours, troubleshooting that frustrating no-signal error.
Right, the black screen.
And 9 times out of 10, it's an EDID issue. It's preventing the source, like your Apple TV or Blu-ray player, from sending high-value content to a display it just doesn't trust. Advanced ED management is what tells the source device, hey, it's okay, everyone here can handle this.
Okay, that makes sense, but here's my question then. If you use EDID to force the source to only see 1080p because you have to satisfy that oldest display, aren't you penalizing the new 4K screens? You're kind of kneecapping them, aren't you?
That is the necessary compromise.
Ah.
It's the only way to guarantee all the displays light up at the same time. This scaler just lets you manage that compromise. It makes sure the whole system is compliant with HDCP 2.2 copy protection while letting you set the ceiling for the signal.
Okay, let's pivot to audio then, because this box does some pretty clever things with sound too. You can be an audio de-embedder or an embedder.
Yeah, the dual functionality is it's immensely versatile. As a de-embedder, it can pull audio out to both an analog stereo output and a coaxial digital output at the same time.
And that's for 2-channel PCM, right? Uncompressed stereo.
Exactly. But then, on the flip side, if you have an external audio source, like a wireless mic or something, you can use it as an embedder to put that analog audio back onto the HDMI output.
That's fascinating. And it does all this while still passing through the high-end formats.
It does. Dolby True HD, Dolby Atmos, DTS HD Master Audio. It all just passes right through untouched.
So for you listening, if you're thinking about this for an actual installation, the practical details matter. It's tiny, just 83 millimeters square, and it comes with a 5-year warranty.
Which really tells you it's built for those mission-critical professional jobs.
So what does this all mean when you put it all together?
I think if you connect this to the bigger picture, you see that modern AV systems aren't really broken by simple resolution differences. They're broken by the copy protection protocols that are trying to enforce those differences.
So this box is like a legal mediator.
It's a single box solution that acts as the necessary mediator.
Yeah.
It manages the resolution, the control compliance, and it lets you integrate complex or even legacy audio systems, which raises an important question.
Given its support for both CEC and ARC pass-through, that's the tech that lets your devices talk to each other over HDMI. How might this process of consolidating resolution actually simplify or maybe even complicate your experience when you try to use a single remote to control everything? Something to consider next time you see a 4K image looking perfect on an old 1080p screen.